Hey, you guys, welcome back to TaylorXo, or welcome to TaylorXo if you're a new subscriber. So, y'all, let's get into this video because, I feel like there's been a lot going on these YouTube streets, and, a lot of people been saying some things, and it's really not even towards me, but just in general. And, as you guys know, the whole situation when I posted my last video on Amayah's tongue. And, there was a lot of people that were agreeing that there was something, in fact, wrong with her tongue. And then a lot of people were saying that it had to have been pop rocks and people were going too far. And, I will say that surprisingly, I was shocked by some people's reactions on this because, this girl has been known for years of abuse and neglect of her children. And, CPS has been involved, more times than none. But, it is the sad reality that, most times if kids are not, bruised up and, 20 pounds and, being assaulted and all those different type things, it really takes a lot for kids to be removed out of the home from CPS. So, I guess a lot of the times, also being that she is a YouTuber, a lot of the times when these CPS workers get called for her, I guess, it kind of ruins it because then these CPS workers just assume that people are calling because she has a YouTube channel and they have hatred for her. And, when I originally posted the photo on my community post, because I posted the photo on my community post, and, I was asking truly out of genuine concern because, a lot of the times I think people get the reactors confused for, speaking on the children instead of, we're speaking on what is going on with the children because of Jazzy not doing it. And a lot of the times, people really think that we are, truly speaking ill of these children. And I have 3 children myself. And, I get a lot of comments sometimes like, worry about your own household. You have no business speaking on things. You're not in the home. And, it's kind of weird because when there is situations where children end up dying because of people not speaking up, then people say, oh, well, people knew and they didn't speak up. But then it's like when you do speak up and you try to point out things that you see that are not normal, then people, I guess, want to feel bad or no, not really feel bad, but kind of get on you for speaking on things and being in people's business and trying to make it seem like, you're speaking, ill on children when it's so far just the opposite. Like, I would never come on here and make a platform speaking ill of children when I have 3 daughters of my own and I'm a very passionate mother about things that, are about my own children. And I feel like sometimes people get mad because the reactors don't have vlog channels showing their daily life because, at the end of the day, that's people's choice. Nobody is obligated to show their life or speak on their children or, or anything of to do with their personal life. So, it kind of is weird how people try to sit here and say that reactors aren't allowed to speak on these mothers because they don't have vlog channels of their own and they shouldn't, they just have no room to be talking. But at the end of the day, these women have chose to put their life out on YouTube and things have played out and they decided to, bring it to YouTube and speak about the multiple men that they sleep with and, the multiple pregnancies and abortions and, all these things that they bring to YouTube. And when people speak on it, it's almost as if people get upset. And, these women themselves aren't even coming on here mad about it every day like y'all are. So I don't understand why some people go so hard for, some of these so-called mothers that they do. But, a lot of the times when I do see people going so hard for just like Jazzy, it really makes me question what type mother you are at home because there's no possible way that you could condone a woman putting men before her children and treating her children differently because, one father father is in the home and the other is not, and not purposely feeding these children and having them go to school with dirty clothes on and having them constantly sick because she cannot keep herself clean nor her kids clean. Her son needing a helmet because she laid him down so much. These things that this woman does, and it has played out on YouTube, and it just seems as though that is just completely bypassed. And, people want to make you out to seem like you're the bad person because you're speaking on neglect that you see of children. So, a lot of the times I think, are these women watching the same videos that I'm reacting to? Because, it seems as though people are watching something completely different. I do not know. But also, I wanted to include a clip of a little bit of the history of this woman and, the history that she has of abusing and neglecting these kids. And, people still have the nerve to come on here and be mad at people for exposing, what monster this woman truly is behind this camera. So let's get into this clip and then we will talk about it.
I hate
Yeah. Tell them what happened to your eye.
your eye.
You hurt your eye?
Yeah, made me hate.
Tell them you were trying to climb up stuff and you failed. You're thinking you can be
Super baby.
super baby. Tell them what happened to your nose, the scar on your nose.
I'm Super Kaylin.
We've been there before. Same hospital, same situation.
So y'all remember My Shabby Life, and My Shabby Life had exposed a lot of things, that Jazzy was doing that a lot of people probably didn't see all throughout on her channel, but it definitely was happening. And let's get into one more clip and then we will get into it.
So, who broke that fucking door? How?
I don't know. I was sitting down watching TV and then
Who broke it? That door is $300 per fucking glass. So who broke it? Amayah better come from behind that goal. Did you break that door? Do it look like I got money pouring out of my fucking eyes? No, right?
So those were some clips out of My Shabby Life, and it wasn't even that I was trying to specifically do clips of Amayah, but those were just one of the ones that had stood out to me. And throughout this situation happening for the last few days on this YouTube stuff about Jazzy and Amayah's tongue. Now, I honestly will say that I originally had seen the photo. I don't know where. I think somebody had posted it. And I myself was looking at it. And I know a lot of the people's first thoughts about it was, it's some type of, thing that she had to have gotten from somebody giving to her, because the way it was looking and the way it was, bumpy on her tongue, it just didn't look right. And my first instinct was to go to the community post and, post it and see what people were thinking of it, because it just didn't look right. And I'm sure there's multiple people that are subscribed to this channel that is a medical professional. And when I posted it, I didn't think of, oh my God, I'm trying to speak ill on this child, because I love Amayah. I love all the children. I don't think any child should be hated or treated differently because of what their parents do. So despite me not liking Jazzy, it was no thing to where I posted and wanted people to speak ill of the child. So, a lot of people ended up going back and looking at the video, and a lot of people were questioning, like, how long has this been on her tongue? And, a lot of people also watched the video that I dropped where I kind of got in more of depth about the whole situation. But this video was kind of just to address the people that were commenting on my channel after Jazzy had went live to basically address that, no, it was not any type of infection or anything in her mouth, that it was just Pop Rocks. And let's get into the live that she did that night trying to address the whole situation, and then we will get into that.
and say that. So you know me, I'm about to go searching because what the hell? I don't know what the hell's going on. And the video was not anything like that. Hold on. So what I found, my bad y'all. So what I found See, and that's so disgusting. Like, that's disgusting. The video that they're talking about, my child had Pop Rocks in her mouth. Pop Rocks. She had Pop Rocks, and they decided to make it something disgusting. I could be that parent to be like, you know what? I want to prove everybody wrong. Amayah, come in here. Let them see your mouth. I watched the video. You can even hear the Pop Rocks. Amayah had red Pop Rocks. I forgot what color the other kids had. Someone had blue, I think. But they were persistent on saying that Amayah has, they try to say a little bit about Ava too, but persistent on saying that Amayah has herpes. Don't y'all think that my kids go get checkups on a regular? First of all, let's just clear that up. My kids get checkup on a regular. They go to their doctor's appointment all the time, okay? They go to their dentist appointment. I even take you guys along with us when we go to stuff like that. But the thing that I feel is disgusting is, why would you fix your mouth to say that about a child? Knowing that someday she's going to see that. Knowing that someday she's going to say, Mama, why would they say this? And she's, look, let's go to the future. Put yourself in my position. And someone say this about your child. Your child grows up and get older, get married. Her husband's like, what the hell is this? Someone said that you had herpes? Or you have a, what? Or they said thrush. Why would Amayah have thrush? Amayah has thrush. The only people that usually get thrush is babies. When they put shit in their mouth. Amayah don't put shit in her mouth. It's just, girl, yes, it was Pop Rocks. I guess I gotta come and say that. You know, I had to go find out for myself. I'm like, what? You know, I'm seeing someone comment on my post, and I'm like, what the fuck? No, ew.
So basically, all throughout that live, she tried to blame reactors. And she also said that she wanted to get Amayah up to show everybody on the live that it in fact was not bumps on her tongue. And she almost tried to blame Hannah for exposing it on her video, because we all know that Jazzy doesn't like to expose what really goes on her video. So a lot of the times we see, you know, some of the things that we don't see on Jazzy's videos on Philip's videos. So, you know, we know that Jazzy would not take full responsibility for this. And I know a lot of people will say, well, you know, that was Philip's video. That was their doing, their, you know, decision to end up uploading the video after probably knowing what was in the video. And I'll say that, you know, this is a result of her mom's doing, just because we know that the kids are primarily with Jazzy all throughout the week, and they do go to Philip's, but, you know, that would have been something that Jazzy maybe had noticed before Philip had noticed. And we know that Jazzy never pays attention to her kids. She never pays attention to what is going on with these kids. And, you know, it clearly shows in the kids and how they act. And, you know, it was just a doing of her. And for her not to notice something like this under her daughter's tongue is truly crazy to me. And I know a lot of people will continue to say that I am wrong for continuing to put out that it was something other than Pop Rocks under her tongue. But we all know that it was not Pop Rocks. We know that it was something else other than Pop Rocks. But after that live, she went on to post a video and a picture on her Instagram of Amayah's tongue. And there was nothing on Amayah's tongue, surprisingly. You know, a lot of people thought that she wasn't going to end up showing Amayah's tongue. But after everything, she also went on to her community post and she reposted the video that she posted on her shorts. And she said, this video link below was made to protect my family and to show that they are making up lies about my daughter. Now we are getting threats about calling my kids' school, calling CPS, and calling the police. My kids are healthy, happy, and loved. Stop trying to put sick things on them. Healthy baby girl. So I thought it was very strange that she was just trying so hard to convince people. Not only did she do a short video, she posted on Instagram, she posted a picture and a video, and then she did a whole community post. And I know a lot of the haters and the people who, you know, hate reactors and hate that they, you know, bring light to what really goes on in these videos that people act like they don't see. But a lot of people will say, well, she had no choice because people tried to always pin, all these hateful things on her so much that she had to prove herself because she's damned if she does and she's damned if she doesn't. But honestly, quite frankly, I don't care if the bitch goes online and she shows, every, corner and every inch and square footage of her home. At the end of the day, we know what has gone on for years. And, I really will say that it was kind of funny how she went online and had all this energy for Chris. And when, all the things were going down with Chris and Medusa. But when she came on live, she acted like she was actually type bothered that she had to address people for saying these things about Amayah. And it's clear that she does not care about her kids. She only cares about things that benefit her, like Chris, because we know that she doesn't care about what that man doesn't do. As long as he is there, she doesn't care. And for her to try to pass it off like this was nothing and people are delusional, at the end of the day, she has been MIA for almost 2 weeks of vlogging. She has posted maybe 2 vlogs in the last 2 weeks. And who knows how long this has been under her tongue. And maybe it just happened to clear up within the week of or the week after that vlog was filmed. And I will say that people saw what they saw. I saw what I saw. And I'm not going to let this bitch just get off the chain because, people want to say that she already showed Amayah's tongue and there was nothing under there. People know, medical professionals know that, these type things don't just, especially with candy, those type things don't just look like that under your tongue. And the picture, I know a lot of people were saying that I edited the picture to seem worse than what it was. And people know that I do enhance my thumbnails, but never do I alter or try to Photoshop anything on any picture. And if anything, I just enhance the picture so people could truly see what was on this little girl's tongue. And because she has the medical history of, having these kids constantly sick, not seeing regular doctors regularly, all I'm left to think is that this girl truly does medically neglect these kids. And, there's probably more medical neglect that goes on behind the scenes that we don't know about just because something that severe, was probably in her mouth for God knows how long. And she tried to hop on live and just so easily justify it and make it seem like everybody was so crazy and she didn't know what people were talking about. Like, didn't even acknowledge that it possibly could have been something, nor even acknowledge that she had took her to a doctor or was going to take her to a doctor. But it would be understandable because I guess there was nothing under her tongue. I guess it cleared up. I don't know if she secretly got her some medical attention that she didn't want to speak on. But like I said, coming from this big ass liar that gets on here every day, or let's say every week, because she hasn't really even been posting anything. And I know a lot of people have been saying, well, what has been going on for her not to want to be posting anything? But that's on her. That's her household, her income, her bank account. If she is able to live off of just posting a few videos a month, then that's on her. But at the end of the day, this girl truly needs to reevaluate how she presents her children online, because she is steady getting this representation for herself as the neglectful, abusive mother. And honestly, sis, you have done so much neglect and abuse. I don't even think you can come back from it, sis. Like, get you a 9 to 5. I say this all the time because your reputation on this YouTube streets is ruined. And then you added the bump to it. You are truly done for. And I truly hope that at some point these kids get the help that they are, needed. At the end of the day, it's clear she doesn't want these kids. You can see it all in her face. She makes it, known in the way she dresses these kids and the way she talks to them and how she gets so happy when they're not around. And when they come around, she looks like somebody just took her puppy away. And, I know a lot of people say, well, you act so sweet about it. But, the thing is, I'm not coming on here getting worked up for somebody who decides to live their life that way and, live their life with their kids that way and take care of a bum and come online and be embarrassed time after time. And, that's on her at the end of the day. But I will speak on, how she treats these kids and the well-being of these kids. And at the end of the day, if people want to take that for hate and say that I am being hateful towards these kids for, speaking up on what goes on, that a lot of the times people don't see or choose not to see because they like some of these YouTubers. And a lot of the times your favorite YouTubers who are even, 20 times bigger than Jazzy, there's things that go on right in front of people's eyes that they choose not to see or just don't see. But I will be the voice for these children, because at the end of the day, I truly think that these kids do need to be removed from the home. At the end of the day, just because a mother gives birth to her children does not make her an automatic obligated mother, because there's, most times strangers could be a better mother to your children than you are to your own children. And, that's not always the case for everybody, but it is for, sadly, a lot of children that are born into homes like that. And, I truly hope that she does get her karma. I truly hope that she does lose these benefits. She gets food stamps for the kids. We don't see any food. She gets Medicaid for the kids to go to the doctors. We don't see any doctor's appointments. We see, God knows what more she gets. I do know that she has to be getting some type of state check also, just because this girl just, picks and chooses when she wants to pick up a camera and film that pathetic ass life that she lives over there. Just so miserable and bitter. And, sis, you are 30 plus years old. Those are your kids over there. Stop blaming reactors for your sad ass life, your sad ass bum boyfriend, and the way that you treat those kids and the problems that those kids have. Those are not any of the reactors' problems. Those are your problems. You birthed those kids out of your body. And like I said, for mothers like you, don't get children that come back to visit their mother and try to make their mother a part of their adult life. Mothers like you get children who want nothing to do with you. And in the end, these children will not get online and see what reactors said about you. They will get online and see what you personally did to them and how they grew up and how you just totally neglected and disregarded their childhood, their upbringing, their issues, their hygiene, their everything. You are a sad ass mother. Y'all can come on here and continue to be mad at the way I react and what I react on. This channel is not for people who want to totally disregard children's well-being and wants to side with neglectful mothers instead of siding with, getting children some true help. So if y'all come on this channel and you don't like what I say, I honestly could care less. At the end of the day, those who truly support me know my heart and where I come from. And to Jazzy, sis, I'm gonna keep exposing the real on you, whether you like it or not. Comment down below what you guys think. You guys know I love you guys' thoughts and opinions. Thank you guys so much, and stay tuned for another one.
Tell me what you see in me. Gotta be something different.